take a minute and talk about our teachers. Would you mind listening? Who here thinks that teachers have one of the hardest jobs in the world? Yep, I think so. Let's watch this short video just to kind of see what challenges our teachers face, whether they're working with elementary school students or some of our high schoolers even.
Okay, class, this snowman is made out of 3 geometric shapes. Now, if I take one of them off, then we have a... What's wrong, Morgan?
Snowman is dead now.
Oh, no, it's okay. Look, see?
Teachers are definitely underappreciated.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth.
Teachers have to answer millions of questions.
How big is outer space?
Where did my sister come from?
Is the sun following me?
Teachers have to deal with every type of emergency.
No one is going to know that you had an accident. Okay, just wrap this around you there.
Teachers have to know everything about everything.
Give it a second. So in a way, this is a very realistic portrayal of a volcano, because everybody thought it was going to explode, but it didn't explode. I'm the Math Giraffe. Then I'm here to say we're going to use our mind cameras now and imagine people running down the hill because they were warned, but they're like, nah, this thing isn't going to blow you guys. We're going to stick around town and see what goes down. Long division. What? Long division. Not wrong division.
Teachers have to be like a courtroom judge. They must be honest and fair.
I'm going to read you the answer you put on your math test. I forgot to study last night, so here's a drawing of a donkey wearing roller skates. It's a good drawing, but you gotta study.
Teachers have to be really, really nice all the time. It's harder than it looks.
Hi, Miss Rocha. I made you some cookies.
Wow, for me? Thank you.
They're made of chocolate chips
That's my favorite.
and hot dogs.
Even when they're not at work, they're still working.
Lindsay, what are you still doing here?
I'm just waiting for my mom.
Oh, well, we'll wait with you.
Teachers have to be good role models. They must challenge and inspire their students.
Oh, Stuart, your shoe's untied. Let me help.
I don't need any help. Because he taught me, Miss Rocha.
In conclusion, teachers have the hardest job in the world. What amazing things did your teacher do for you?
Tree's here, yes.
Mr. Jeffries!
I'm a tree.
Kind of funny, right? But think about it. Can you imagine what this world would be like if we didn't have teachers? That's a pretty scary thought. One more video clip, just to kind of help this sink in.
That's what you're gonna ask her too? That's a hard question.
World without teachers. What would the world be like without teachers?
Chaos.
Sad. Because I won't learn anything.
The younger generation wouldn't have anyone to look up to learn from.
Walk around ignorant. I mean, we could keep the teachers, but just no homework. That'd be pretty cool.
Everybody would be going cuckoo and we wouldn't know anything.
I think that is the scariest thought that anyone could ever have. I think it will be craziest just because I feel like teachers are, besides our parents, the first people we meet who shape who we become.
I haven't always been the best student throughout my whole life.
I was always in trouble.
I had suffered 3 Fs, and I realized whoa, I need to fix that,
4th grade was over. I'm here 5th grade. We graduate. 6th grade. Hey, Miss Gonzalez, how you doing? And then she's like, oh yeah, I heard these are your grades. What's going on in that science class? She was totally just keeping up, and I just felt whoa, something's different about that.
Gave me the time of day mostly. It was very it was very engaged in stuff that I was doing. Even though I was in detention, I was still learning.
And she was the one teacher who really saw a lot in me to make me feel like I wasn't the kid that other teachers were saying.
And there was a point where I said, okay, I'm going to fail my French class because I haven't been there. So I haven't done any homework. I'm just going to drop out before I fail. And then she specifically came to me and said, no, I'm going to work out a deal with you so that if you stay, you won't fail.
when you didn't do good at school, she would chew you out, but she would always give you a chance to make it up. You know what I mean? She would never put you low standard and just leave you there. You know, and that's one thing I like about teachers. They won't leave you behind.
You know, and when I got accepted into colleges, the first thing I thought is like, I better go and tell her. I'm gonna be like, guess what? I got into Penn State. I got into a UC. I got into all these colleges.
Actually inspired me to pursue political science.
She's basically the one that taught me to just keep trying.
I can accomplish more than I probably think I can. I felt it. Like, she didn't have to do that, but it made the difference.
You see, I'm getting emotional because like she's great, you know. Give me a minute.
So, this week, May 6th to May 10th, is Teacher Appreciation Week. Instead of taking another annoying survey and I succeed this week, how about you open up that Twitter app? Thank a teacher, or 2, or 10. One from this year, one from previous, one from another school. Use the hashtag BGTeacherWeek to show some appreciation. Our BGSN will show some of the Twitter, I'm going to sound silly here, but the tweets. They're going to show the tweets on the news feed. We'll also be able to highlight some of these tweets to make sure that teachers know if they're being shouted out. Or maybe you're old-fashioned at heart. Maybe you don't know how to use Twitter like me. Maybe you prefer a non-Twitter method, one that would not limit you to 180 characters. You can find a thank you card in the cafeteria or the guidance office this week so that you can handwrite your sentiments to deliver. And in case you're not feeling inspired yet, let's look at this statistic. Did you know that 9 out of 10 surveyed Americans said they had a teacher growing up who had a significant positive impact on their life? That is 98% of Americans. Do you think all 98% had the chance or decided to say thank you? Before you get out of here in 3 weeks, take the time, thank a teacher. You actually probably can't imagine how rarely they hear those words.
Well, I knew him as Mr. Carbonaro. Patricia Lovelace
Was my 9th and 10th grade English teacher.
Is our history and science teacher.
She was typically the teacher that you got if you weren't doing too well in school.
Yeah, I was kind of lost without her. I just remember wanting to walk into the classroom. There's sometimes, like, just in high school, because it's so hard. Everyone's just...
Middle school is kind of the time that I started getting bullied.
She was just so good at what she did and instilled that confidence in me.
It's about 4 years after graduation, my life got interrupted. And it wasn't until the end of the 80s when I started going back to school again.
Encouraged me to be myself. Sounds cheesy, but
She just simply said, she was like, well, prove them wrong.
what would you want to tell him if you saw him today?
Thank you. And one day I plan to try to repay him.
I don't know if he knows the full, just like how big it was for me personally.
I miss you and I appreciate you so much. And thank you for teaching me. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
Oh Jesus. Oh God, what are you doing here? Hello.
Hi!
How are you? I'm great.
Sometimes you just don't feel like you're making an impact, and to be told that you have something that I needed to hear.
I was gonna say thank you. You taught me how to be myself.
All right, so hop on Twitter, use the hashtag BGTeacherWeek, stop by the guidance office or the cafeteria, find a thank you card, leave a handwritten note, or send an email with your thoughtful words. Just in case you didn't know, public service announcement, you do have access to send and read emails on that Chromebook of yours, so feel free to use your phone or your Chromebook. But please tell a teacher thank you this week. Teachers, if you're listening, we appreciate you. Thank you for all you do.